I know it's probably going to bug you, annoy you, but be honest, because when you probably started taking things from a young age, because
Oh, what's up YouTube? Stephen here
and Maria.
from CarterFitness and Nutrition. This video we will be basing on natural or not for YouTube influencers. Okay, so these are famous influencers, not just standard ones obviously. These are the ones that you know through the popular YouTubers as of today.
And probably heard of quite frequently. We hope you enjoy this video.
But before we start, please like and subscribe to our channel. Please press on the bell icon for more notifications. Okay, so let's go through the natty or not fitness influencers. So our first person is Brandon Carter. What's your opinion on Brandon Carter?
Personally,
He's very defined, isn't he?
yeah,
He's got a very good shape.
I'd say maybe his abdominals look natural, but it's hard to say really, because his traps are quite insanely big, but at the same time he doesn't look insanely unnatural.
I would say Brandon Carter, I say he probably takes tests or something. It's a possibility. I think he's probably not natural. No, that's just my opinion. What do you think? Natural, not natural?
Do we have to say?
Yeah, just say. What do you think? Natural, not natural?
Nowadays it's really hard to tell who is natural and who isn't, but if I had to say, also a giveaway that he's probably on something. He's got pointy nipples, so he probably isn't natural.
Yeah, sign of gyno basically. Gynecomastia. Okay, our next one. Jeff Seed or Jeff Side. Okay, he's a famous influencer as well, as you might have heard of. What's your opinion on Jeff Side or Jeff Seed?
Well, have you seen his traps? And his veins and his nipples are popping, so I wouldn't say he's natural.
Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility. He's one of those that stays extremely lean year long, so it's hard to say. I think at one point he probably was natural, but in this picture it's quite unlikely he is.
But some people, their bodies can maintain a very low body percentage, so I can't really say, oh, he's definitely not natural, he's going to be natural, because his body might like staying single digit body fat. I don't know. I don't personally talk to him. I don't know his body preferences, or he might be on certain supplements to help him shred down to that body percent.
But it also all depends on testosterone as well, levels of test, levels of androgen receptors, like SARMs for example, or steroids. It depends what he's using. He could be even on peptides, he could be on growth hormone. How do we know?
Exactly.
So, yeah, I would say he's probably not natural. I could be wrong, but it's very hard to get a physique like that naturally. Our next one is Jeff Nippard. What do you think, Jeff Nippard?
I'd say he might be natural. Might be. But I'm not overly sure.
Well, he competed years ago in natural bodybuilding, and I don't think he's gotten amazingly bigger. And I've noticed when I've been watching his videos, he hasn't really put on some huge amount of size. Maybe he's bulked and cut. Obviously, that you're going to notice a difference there in definition, but you're not going to notice that sort of size. So, my opinion, I think he's natural.
I've noticed as well that he's stayed moderately the same size. He hasn't really put much on. So yes, he's got a lot of definition and muscle to him, but his nipples, like the others, aren't exactly prominent, so he probably isn't taking anything.
So it's a good point as well. Looking for stuff like acne, gynecomastia, which is pointy nipples. Looking for massive deltoids and traps can be a sign. Some natural athletes can develop big deltoids. It's just,
it can be down to genetics.
Yeah, it can be down to genetics.
Sometimes it can be down to how potent the supplement is, because it can increase the size of your traps, not triceps, sorry.
Yes, because shoulders and traps, for example, are androgenic muscles. So the more androgen receptors that muscle contains, the bigger that area pops out. So that's usually a thing to look for. Okay, our next one
is Mike Thurston.
Mike Thurston, he's very good to listen to. But I'm sorry, Mike Thurston, but just by looking at you here, it's hard to say, but I don't think you're natural. You look phenomenal.
For a while now, people have asked Mike Thurston, and he's had interviews and that about if he's natural or not. And if you see this, Mike, don't be offended or anything, but you just need to be honest, because a lot of people know you're not natural, and even we can tell you're not natural because it's quite obvious. You don't even put on fat ever, and that's a big giveaway. Not only that, if you notice, his nipples are quite pointy.
Yeah. Yes, I think it probably is. So Mike is he's got a fantastic physique, so it's really difficult to say whether he's natural or not, but in my opinion, just by looking at him, especially with that reddish skin of look of maybe a heightened blood pressure, I would definitely say he's probably on some sort of anabolic. So for me, I'm going to say he's not natural.
Also, the fact that he can maintain a six-pack all year long with no problem at all, he's probably taking something.
In this picture, he's definitely around 6-7% body fat.
And he never has problem maintaining a single-digit body fat, ever.
Yeah. Okay, our next one. Now, this one, obviously, you're going to know my answer for this one. Mike O'Hearn.
Definitely not natural.
You're not natural, Mike O'Hearn. Don't lie. Okay. There is no chance someone at this size, who could probably enter a classic physique competition, Mr. Olympia, up against Chris Bumstead, is able to be natural. There is absolutely no chance.
And one thing that bugs me, and if you see this, Mike O'Hearn, I know it's probably going to bug you, annoy you, but be honest, because when you probably started taking things from a young age, because a teenager won't be shredded for the whole majority of their teenhood, and that's what you said you were, and that's not normal.
Yes.
So, you said that, I remember in one of your videos you said that you were shredded and you had all this muscle since you were younger, and that technically isn't possible unless you've always been on something.
Yeah. Unless you're on HRT, obviously, on a very high dose, but otherwise, I really don't. Yeah, I just can't see that as being natural. Like, obviously, that's us saying to you, you've got a fantastic physique. You could be a film star because you look fantastic. But that to be natural is a really hard physique, and probably never, not even 99.9% of people in the world can ever achieve that naturally. So, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to say, well, both going to have to say that you're not natural.
Yeah.
Okay, and our next one
is Simian Panda.
Simian Panda. No, not natural.
Why?
Well, look how built the guy is. For one, he's got a chest like Arnold. He's got
Plus,
humongous
he's got
traps.
insanely humongous traps.
His traps are huge. He's massive. He's got a great physique, and yeah, that's just my answer. Like I used to watch Simeon Pan all the time when I was younger. When I first got into lifting, he was one of my first influences, and the moment I looked at him, I thought, I don't think I can achieve this without ever even touching PDs or anything like that.
But then he's another one that doesn't admit it.
Yeah.
If he was taking something, he says he's natural. And that's the problem nowadays. If there's people taking things, they don't admit it. They just say, no, I'm natural. And then other people think they're natural. Then they try and optimise and try and get to that size. And then they're like, wait, why can't I get there? But then they figure out they can't because the other person's actually taking something. So you can't lie. You need to be honest.
Yes. Just before we get into our final one, I would like to go through today's sponsor. Today's sponsor, we are going through Manic Muscle. Now, recently we picked up Dr. Jekyll pre-workout, which is basically a non-stim. So this is basically a caffeine-free, any kind of stimulant-free pre-workout that you're able to...
And this one is... what flavour is it? It's blueberry lemonade.
So there's 3 flavours currently on the site. It's a very good. Obviously, today was the first time I tried it. Obviously, I've never personally tried a stim-free pre-workout, so it surprised me. Taste is fantastic, really sweet. You can fill it up, a nice big shaker worth. But yeah, I would definitely say it's worth it. Currently going for £10 each, so do be sure to check that out. If you're interested, we've got a link down in the description, and yeah. So, hope you enjoyed the sponsor.
The next Natty or not.
So our final one is Matt Does Fitness. So Matt Morsia, what do we think? What do you think personally for Matt?
I'd say he's probably natural because he doesn't struggle to put on body fat, but then he's packed on a lot of size lately.
I wouldn't say lately as such. I'd say he's packed on size for quite a lot throughout his first couple of years.
When I say lately, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but Matt Does Fitness, he's got a really good physique. I think, yeah, so personally, Matt, he doesn't look like a humongous guy that obviously injects like once, twice a week. I think what he looks like is obviously someone that's probably been on something before. So maybe a long time back. Maybe back after he was an athlete.
I'd say maybe if he had been on something, if he ever was, maybe he was on GH. But I don't think he's ever, like, on anything now.
No. So this is a hard one to say because...
I think he's probably natural.
Yeah. I would say, out of everything, I think the closest one I think I could get to, I think he probably is natural. Because he has shown tests as well of him being natural.
And you can't fake those.
Yeah, and his physique really hasn't gotten bigger, if you know what I mean, over the last few years, so that's usually a sign that someone's not natural. So he's obviously hit that genetic limit now. So, yeah, I think he is probably natural.
Yeah. And that wraps it up for our video.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video, obviously. So we just went through some influences. We'll go through another bunch in another video.
Comment down below and tell us what other fitness influencers you'd like us to mention in the next video.
Yes, because we would like to go over these fitness influencers and tell you what our opinion is, whether we think they're natural or not.
Maybe next time we can mention some woman one instead of men.
Yes, we should do women ones as well. I think make it equal out. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video, obviously. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Please follow our Instagram, CarterFitness90.
And please check our TikTok as well.
Yes, check our TikTok. We'll put our website down below. Check out our podcast on Acast, YouTube and Spotify. I'll leave the Manic Muscle link down below as well. and we'll see you in the next one.
Hope you enjoyed it.